Hey, what up guys? Uncanny X-Men issue number 1. Don't forget to subscribe and let's go. We kick off our story in Rochester, New York at the once renowned Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters. As many of you are already aware, the Croquant era has come to an end. The mutants have lost their island sanctuary and the X-Men are now scattered across the globe. This backdrop sets the stage for the exciting new comic series titled From the Ashes. Enter Dr. Ellis, making her way into the mansion. For those unfamiliar with her, Dr. Ellis first appeared during Free Comic Book Day and was featured in X-Men 35 and Uncanny X-Men 700. She's made quite a name for herself as a vocal critic of the X-Men, often referred to as a glorified podcaster. Funded by a multi-billion-dollar budget, her mission is clear: to take down the mutants. Accompanied by her assistant Philip and a man, Dr. Ellis enters the mansion with a commanding presence. She orders her associate to dismantle what she refers to as a scrap wood in the school, revealing her blatant prejudice against mutants. Venturing into Cerebro, the same place where Charles Xavier once harnessed his powers to locate other mutants, Dr. Ellis plans to burn this facility to the ground. Her hatred for mutants is unreal as she exits, but not before noting that she has a visit lined up with a new prisoner. As she approaches, she informs him that his living space is about to be remodeled. Who could this prisoner be? Marvel cleverly conceals his identity, but my strong suspicion is that it's none other than Dr. Xavier himself. Last we saw, he turned himself in for his crimes against humanity. If you need to catch up, be sure to check out my X-Men Croquant playlist. Now, let's flash back to Mexico City, 24 hours earlier, where Wolverine is paying a visit to his close war friend, Miguel, who is gravely ill. As Miguel lies in bed, he asks Wolverine how he manages to cheat death. Wolverine, having faced death and returned, simply replied that it's nothing, just darkness. He admits that sometimes he even misses it. Tough words from someone who has endured immense trauma and loss throughout his life, including the tragic death of his son at the hands of Sabretooth on his birthday. Perhaps that's why he yearns for the quiet. Also, he has to see all his friends get older and died, as he cannot die so easily, and has lived now for over 200 years. That is the misfortune of the best there is at what he does. Next, we find ourselves at the Pyramid of the Sun, where Logan reunites with his friends, Rogue and Gambit. The X-Men have been in hiding, and Gambit apologizes for not reaching out sooner. Let's be honest, Wolverine isn't the type to make calls anyway. As they ascend the pyramid, Logan discovers why they summoned him. A dragon awaits. This isn't just any dragon. It's the same one the Avengers battle in Savage Avengers issues 14 and 16. Known for its taste for human flesh when agitated, as Rogue noticed the dragon's eyes twitching, Wolverine casually mentioned his penchant for eating people. Classic Wolverine humor. Fully awake now, the dragon is ready for a showdown. A plan is urgently needed as Rogue take to the sky. However, the dragon, capable of seeing the future, begins to taunt them, calling Gambit a thief, Wolverine a hunter, and remarking Rogue as the scared little girl. It swiftly smacks Rogue with its enormous strength. Wolverine soon revealed that he's carrying one of the eyes of Agamotto. The X-Men fight back fiercely as Gambit instructs Rogue to restrain the dragon, strategizing his next move. With a flurry of punches to the dragon's eyes and Gambit tossing his cards into the fray, the battle intensifies. But Gambit has a plan. He proposed a trade for the dragon's eyes of Agamotto, offering it in exchange for sparing human lives for a whole year. To everyone's shock, the dragon agrees, but not before foretelling some dark truth. Two of you have cheated death, and she will present the bill again. With that ominous warning, the dragon leaves. Now Rogue, leaping into Gambit's arm, considered that Wolverine needs a ride due to his motorcycle being caught up in the brawl. She suggests they use their van, while Wolverine pulls out a bottle gifted from Miguel, proposing they share a drink together. Reflecting on the dragon's talk of death, Rogue's moment of joy is interrupted by a phone call from Scott, currently in Alaska, who requests a favor from her. "We got work to do, boys," she says, turning serious. Meanwhile, in Central Oregon, we encounter a woman running from her life from two men. As the men zap her with their weapons, she transforms, revealing herself to be a mutant named Rosa, declaring that she isn't aligned with the X-Men as a monstrous creature emerged from the forest, hunting her down. Now, at the University of Mississippi Medical Center, our heroes convene with Nightcrawler. They're here to fulfill a wish for a brave boy named Jay Limshin, who is suffering from a severe tumor. Although he should have already passed, his spirit endures. Upon seeing the X-Men, he exclaimed in disbelief, oh my god," as posters of his heroes are adorned into the wall. "You're my favorite," he says to Gambit, prompting Wolverine to remind the nurse that it's crucial to call the boy's parents back. It's clear that Ja may not have much time left. As Ja reaches for Rogue, touching her hand, she instantly feels the coldness radiating from him. Panic sets in, and Wolverine urgently calls for assistance as Ja's condition rapidly deteriorates. With a heartbreaking dread, Ja goes into cardiac arrest, announcing that one of them is ending. The severity of being a hero is laid bare as the X-Men wait anxiously for news. When the nurse emerges with a sad expression, silence fills the waiting room. Rogue breaks down in tears, exemplifying the heart-wrenching reality of their mission as heroes. Later, the X-Men make their way to Louisiana, where Remy reconnects with an old friend who offers them shelter. As they gather by a bonfire, Remy pulls out some beer, but realizes they have no opener. "I got this," Wolverine quips, using his claws to pop the bottle open. Classic Wolverine moment. Rogue reflects on Xavier's dream and the loneliness that now permeates their lives. Gambit suggests they consider reaching out to Scott, but Wolverine's firmly dismissed the idea, wanting nothing to do with Scott's community in Alaska. He's had his fill after what transpired in issue 1 of X-Men. Where does it all lead? Rogue wonders. Feeling the weight of their losses, Gambit gently reassures her that perhaps living without the constant fight isn't such a bad idea. Wolverine agrees, stating that there's no need for anyone to take over Xavier's legacy. But Rogue challenged his thinking, passionately arguing that after everything they've been through, they must find purpose again. "I'll do it alone if I have to," she says, embodying the spirit of resilience. Suddenly, Wolverine interjects, sensing something near. A group of new mutants appears, led by a figure on horseback, stating ominously, "She's coming for us." This leaves us at the edge of our seats as the X-Men grapple with this uncertain future. While it awaits our heroes, the X-Men are indeed lost and grappling with their next move. If you think they should take a specific direction or have ideas on how this will unfold, drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you all next time in the next video. Peace out.